talk about long life issues and it never being too late. It's a wonderful Wednesday, a wellness Wednesday with Nanny, Bubby, and of course the club, Andy Vieira and Mark Thomas with you on this Wednesday morning.
Welcome to you, Marla Letitia, Nanny, Bubby. Thank you for being here. It's already brightened up our midweek on this Wellness Wednesday.
And filled our tummies too. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Those scones were killer.
Brought in some chocolate chip scones with the what's the black?
It's my signature. It's like the very first thing I learned to cook. It's blackberry basil jam.
I haven't had that yet.
You're gonna love it.
I am gonna love
That
it.
will be the next
I'm
one.
looking at it right
I
now.
went with the full-on butter because I'm a butter guy, so that was very good. Thank
Yes,
you very much.
because in my life, everyone spreads love like butter.
Marla's the founder of Long Life Era Community Facebook group. Reframe your own long life era from a crisis into a calling. And she's every Wednesday at 8:10. It's called Never Too Late. And you pose many interesting thoughts and musings, questions, sometimes polls on Long Life Era Community Facebook group. And one recently, I think this is earlier this week, you asked the question. Did you ask the question or one of the...
Yeah, no, I asked the question.
Okay,
yeah.
this is yours. If you truly listen to your heart, what one thing would you do that would surprise those who know you?
Right. Do you have an answer?
Well, my first thought was, like, commit a felony. Nobody would think that of me.
I'd go up to the casino cage at Circa and say, I'm Derek Stevens. Could you give me some money, please?
That's already been done this week.
Okay, all joking aside, see, this is the problem. The problem is that there is this fear or a lack of courage about actually coming up with that answer because it's been so deep-seated and buried within you for as many years as you've been on the planet, something that you decided that you would not do because someone said, oh, don't do that, you can't make money, or don't do that, you'll never be able to support a family, or you were about to do it and then you started a family and realized you couldn't. And so it's deeply buried.
The challenge with that is, and Mark and I maybe can attest to this, we're in an industry where we get to do something we really enjoy, and maybe we could make a lot more money somewhere else, but we've chosen this path. And today, if I was in college and I looked at the radio industry, I wouldn't do what I'm doing today. But we got in at a time when it made sense and we could still feed ourselves and get a living out of it. So,
but to be fair, at that age, before you had any experience in radio, you didn't know how freaking cool it was going to be.
Yeah.
So you didn't know you'd be walking away from something that you don't know what you missed, basically.
Well, my path was I was supposed to go to law school. I was a pre-law major in college, and I found this path a lot more fun. So, but I don't know if I'd think about going back to, I always wanted to be an attorney when I was a kid.
But even that, I mean, you could decide to go back to law school right now if
Right.
that's what you wanted to do, but are you living your dream right now, honestly, Andy, or is there something truly, like climb Mount Kilimanjaro? I mean, what one thing is there still alive in you that you haven't done?
Yeah, you know what? It's tough for me. I'm in a job where I love what I'm doing. I think we make a difference every single day in a format that we're doing. I look forward to seeing Mark every morning and coming in and talking to people and seeing you on Wednesdays. Maybe my expectation levels are low. I've got a wife that I love and admire and have had a great relationship for 43 years. So.
Well,
I don't have an answer.
Either you need therapy,
or
you're truly living in gratitude and living in the moment, which many people meditate for years and years and years to get to. So I don't know which one that is, but what about you, Mark?
Mine's kind of a two-pronged answer. I was a late bloomer in accomplishing something that I'd always wanted to do since I was 15 years old.
Which is?
Play my guitar live in front of an audience. And I'm not talking about a campfire or around my drunken friends. There was plenty of that. I'm talking about like on stage. And at 51 years old, I did make that happen. That was 4 years ago. So
are you still making it happen?
Every other Sunday.
Every other week he does.
Where at?
At church.
I volunteer at a church.
That's awesome.
Now see, since you mentioned that, if I was going to think about something, since I'm a music nerd and spent a lot of my young years in record stores when they had record stores reading liner notes, I maybe would want to be a musician. Or Mark and I have talked about me going to take drum lessons because I've got some free time and I need some happy distractions. Maybe I'll go to a music store, which is actually in the same complex as my side hustle, and say I want to take drum lessons and see.
There you go. Yeah. And actually, one of the people in Long Life Era Community Facebook group actually posted I would get a set of drums and I would learn to play drums. So that was a big thing. And now, to your point about playing guitar, so one of the members posted, actually not in this post, but in another post that was talking about this, which is what led me to make this post actually, a video of him playing guitar at the Whole Foods bar. I guess in Green Valley, Whole Foods has a bar. We don't have one up in Summerlin, so I guess that's a concept we don't have.
They got a little cafe and the one down the road here too, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on Sunday afternoon, he was playing guitar, and I went, wait, what is that? What are you doing? And his answer was that his son-in-law said that they had a guy who was playing there every Sunday that just played guitar, and he was terrible. And he thought to himself,
his playing was terrible, or was he singing as well?
I don't know. He just said he was playing there every Sunday, and his son-in-law said, hey, Dad, this guy is really terrible, and he's playing there every Sunday.
Wow.
And he said to himself, hey, I can be terrible, too. So he called and inquired, and the next thing you know, he was playing at Whole Foods on Sunday.
Do they have an ad for we're looking for terrible musicians?
No, but I'm just saying that's what his son-in-law said to him. He made a joke.
Right.
I can be terrible too.
Exactly.
So, it helped lower his inhibition of making that call. Can you imagine the courage it took for him to walk into Whole Foods, ask for the manager, and say, hey, I hear the guy that is now playing on Sunday is terrible. I might be better, and can I give it a try?
Right.
And they said, have at it.
You might be. Now, there's a big difference between, we're all rock stars behind closed doors. And I'm not talking about air guitar. It's a whole different experience, and mine's limited. It's only been 4 years in the making, in front of maybe 500 to 600 people at a time. There's a difference, at least for me, being up there trying to remember exactly what I'm supposed to play, the chord changes and the melodies, whatever it is, just keeping that in my head when you feel so exposed up there.
Right.
Whereas I can do it blindfolded.
I should pull this up. He listed his playlist. You talk for a minute because I'm going to try to find this. He listed his playlist. And
playing music publicly is like public speaking. That's got to be one of the most.
Except that your voice doesn't break, but yeah, you can just as much humiliate yourself.
Well, and be feel as much stage fright to go out there and, like you say, to play. I mean, it's the same thing because my challenge with drums is I don't think I have any rhythm. So the idea of sitting behind a kit and trying to actually be a part of a rhythm section, it might actually, well, first it intimidates me, and secondarily, I don't think anybody would want to be.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is what he said. He said that he usually plays jazz.
This is the Whole Foods guy?
Yeah, the Whole Foods guy. David Sugar, I should say his name.
Okay.
Who knows if he's listening? But instead he did this playlist and he practiced. So he did Eye of the Tiger. He did a Harry Nilsson song. He did Ricky Martin, Livin' La Vida Loca. Turn to Stone by Electric Light Orchestra.
That's a good song.
Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas. Summertime Rhythm.
But he normally plays jazz guitar, you said?
Yeah, Poker Face, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
So that is really a wide range, right? Now, he also posted in several weeks ago that even when he was in the casino business, he actually came home and played his guitar for 1 hour every single night when he got home. So that's what it takes.
It's also a great release, right, Mark? I mean, you come home and you can sit in your room and you can sort of, I don't want to say diddle, but you can get rid of the stress.
Well, and also, so moving from guitar, someone else that I spoke to who is a member of the group, she started taking dancing in her 60s.
Good for her.
And I was like blown away by it. And I love to dance, so I started taking lessons as well. But I love to dance and did dancing throughout my youth. She never did. And she's still doing it today. So I called to ask her if she would be interested in doing an interview to talk about why she had the courage to start to dance in her 60s. And that led to a conversation where I didn't know this about her, she literally picked up a year ago and moved to Italy for 3 months by herself.
Wow.
Moved into some condo in a city by herself, made a deal with herself that she would never be on her phone when she walked into a pub, a tavern, a bar, or a restaurant, so she could engage with her waiter, her bartender, wherever she is.
In the moment.
She made all these, sorry about that. She made all these friends in Italy, and she goes back now every 4 to 6 months to be with those people that she made friends with in Italy.
That's cool.
And she didn't know a word of Italian before she got there.
Now
And
that's
Does
really
she,
the
does she
reason.
speak now a little bit?
a little bit,
Yeah.
but I said to her, my God, Donna, that takes so much courage. To which she
It
said,
does.
I thought so. I would love to do that, and I'd be terrified to do it. Also, I'd have to leave a whole family, and she's divorced with older children. So that was something that filled her gap. Obviously, I'm not going to tell Tom I'm going to go live by myself in Italy for 3 months. But she said, I never thought of it as courage. It was just something burning inside me. And I think that's what this conversation right now for all of us is about, is those that are listening that are in this age group, like really, either be in gratitude for where you really are in this moment, or really go deep inside and go back to law school and apply, or one of the things.
Or do what
Play
have some
drums, play
fun.
guitar.
In short, find a passion that you are hell-bent on, and no matter what, you will work at it. When I finally made the decision in 2018 that I was going to make a run at trying to play live, I worked 20 hours a week practicing,
There
learning,
you go.
and I just wouldn't be stopped. I wouldn't give it. I was like a dog without a bone.
And how do you feel about it now?
I feel a sense of accomplishment. Absolutely. I feel very proud.
And when you're up there, are you, I really want to ask you this. So if I watched you play, Mark, would I see you concentrating, or would I see you smiling? And would I see it being effortless? Would you look out at the audience and smile? What would you do?
You would see that. Yeah, it kind of depends on the song and how long ago I learned it. If it was an hour ago, I might be watching the fretboard a little closer. But for those that we've played several times over, yeah, I'm looking around and trying to make eye contact.
That's
and
awesome.
Make a connection.
That's an entertainer. That's someone who's giving their music to make others happy,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
So I want to mention one thing. Sunday at 4 p.m., I am doing an interview in Long Life Era community Facebook group with 101-year-old Evelyn Leschgold. And we are literally going to be talking about her wisdom, about how she feels she got to this age, whether she believes in plastic surgery, whether, what does she think about relationships,
Right.
what does she think about youth
She's
today?
smoking cigars and drinking wine. Is that
Yes,
the secret to her,
yes,
to her long
yes,
life?
yes. And she's been
Whiskey,
smoking for,
actually.
yeah. And I really am so excited because the truth is, as we've said before, wisdom cannot be taught. It can only be shared.
Right.
And if our goal in the Long Life Era is to create the largest group of centenarians that have ever been on the planet in the baby boomer generation, then we need to take advice from role models. And Evelyn Leschgold, at 101 years old, is a role model. So join the group and tune in at 4 p.m. live on Long Life Era Community Facebook group. God, my tongue-tied this morning.
And you're going to post it to remind us also, right?
Yes, I'm going to post a picture of her, and I'm going to do promo after promo after promo because I'm good at that.
There you go. Once
Nanny,
again,
Bubby, thank you so much for being here. It's Wellness Wednesday with Marla Letitia and Long Life Era Community Facebook group founder.
Great. Do you feel weller?
I do. Every Wednesday.
Have a great week.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Cool.
That was awesome, you guys.
That's cool. Thank
You guys are so amazing to work with. Thank you.
You're the one bringing scones in.
Exactly.
Are we amazing?
No, you're the one that brings the positive energy. I mean, we both woke up early this morning. We're both dragging. We're just.
Well, did you see my Facebook post? I was up at 3:30 to make it to the.
You and Tom, I think.